News Day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Stakeholders are not confident that the agriculture sector will achieve its growth target this year. For the details, we have Shyla Francisco joining us live from Parañaque City. Hi, Shyla. Why the negative sentiment from agricultural stakeholders?
Sean, some agricultural groups in the country are expecting at least a flat growth for 2021 on the back of lower demand amid COVID-19 pandemic and the performance of the livestock sector. The Philippine Chamber of Agriculture and Food, or PCAFI, says the target of the DA to achieve 2.5% growth this year is a wishful thinking. Earlier, the Philippine Statistics Authority reported that agricultural output was down 3.3% in the first quarter. The PCAFI notes that growth will be affected by the lean season of other commodities such as rice and vegetables and lower demand due to the pandemic. The group adds that the livestock and poultry sectors will continue to pull down growth as it takes a while to repopulate. Aside from the lack of long-term planning and reactive response, the PCAFI flags a low budget allocation for the sector. Around 2% of the national budget is allocated to the Agriculture Department, even as its contribution to the gross domestic product is around 10%. To address this, the PCAFI and the Coalition for Agriculture Modernization in the Philippines has an advice to the government. They say local government units should be mandated to set aside 10% of their internal revenue allotment budget for food security. They hope that an executive order on this will be issued to help lessen the impact of any reduction on the DA's budget. Sean, the Agriculture Department, for its part, supports the call of the private sector to increase the LGU's budget for food security. But for now, the agency is banking on their calamity fund to help fight African swine fever, especially now that the state of calamity has been declared. Sean?
Thank you for that update from Parañaque City. That was Shyla Francisco. And the Health Department logged 6,385 new COVID-19 cases on Thursday. And this has brought the country's total infections to 1,124,000, around 55,000 of which are still active. 107 more patients died of the virus overnight, pushing the death toll to over 18,000 and 1,800. On the other hand, total recoveries now stand at 1,050,000 as over 4,200 new survivors were recorded in the last 24 hours. We'll have more stories after this short break. Stay with us. watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Medical frontliners flocked to the Santa Ana Hospital in Manila for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccines. But much to their dismay, only a few of them got the much-awaited jabs. Romel Lopez tells us why.
Hundreds of healthcare workers lined up in front of Santa Ana Hospital in Manila as early as 2 a.m. on Wednesday. The queue of those hoping to receive Pfizer's shot stretched 500 meters. But it turns out only a handful of them would make the cut.
Binilang kami, pasok kami sa 210. Ngayon, number 104 yata ako, 105 and 106 kami. Tapos ngayon, nung nagpapapasok na at nung naglalakad na yung mga tao, biglang sinabi sa amin, may listahan daw sila.
Listahan sila.
May listahan daw sila na papapasukin lang kung sino lang yung nasa listahan. Bakit hindi pa po nila sinabi nung nakapila kami ng 4:30 a.m. dito na may listahan pala sila para hindi po kami naghintay?
Kita nyo, kumpul-kumpul na po kami lahat dito. Yung exposure na binibigay nila sa amin. Meron ba silang pampa-hospital pag kami nagkasakit kami?
Santa Ana Hospital Director Grace Padilla says vaccine supplies are limited, but she assured medical frontliners that they are still the priority.
For today, 210 muna ang na-enroll natin kasi yung ibang hospital pupunta sila dito para titignan nila kung paano natin hinahandle ang bakuna. Parang pilot study at trial.
The vaccination was supposed to start at 8 a.m. but it was delayed by an hour as Pfizer vials required strict preparation.
Medyo challenging po yung yung vaccine kasi kailangan po talaga ng sterile technique saka may timing po talaga. Hindi katulad ng iba na walang challenge when it comes to temperature.
Those who have been vaccinated with Pfizer's COVID-19 shot are happy and relieved.
Actually, hinintay ko talaga. Yung po talaga preference ko. Yun din po kasi yung sabi ng mga friends ko and my family member ko.
Parang po kasi, parang kilalang na brand na. So parang ever since na nag-start po yung mga trials, parang inintay ko na rin po.
None of the Pfizer vaccinees have reported side effects as of yet. For News 5, Romel Lopez. We are One News.
Here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. has assured the public that the country's Astrazeneca jabs will not go to waste. He said some 1.5 million doses set to expire on June 30 will be administered by the middle of next month. Davao City has canceled classes for public and private schools from kindergarten to postgraduate studies from May 14 and 15, that is today and tomorrow, due to Tropical Storm Krising. A work-from-home arrangement in all government offices will likewise be adopted. The latest forecast by Pag-asa shows moderate to heavy rains are possible in the Davao region and nearby provinces. And Japan plans to vaccinate its Olympic athletes before the Tokyo Games as the government faces pressure over a slow rollout. Local media said that around 2,500 people will be included. And New York's Grand Central Station is now offering COVID-19 vaccines in a bid to ramp up vaccination in the United States. Let's find out more in this Bloomberg Quick Take.
We're in Grand Central Station, one of the most iconic spaces in New York City, and we're vaccinating people. This is part of the next phase of vaccination in our country. People can walk by on their way to work, on their way to their train or their subway, and they see the vaccination process at work, and they hear, they see people who look like them, they hear their language. Not everybody speaks English as their first language, and so this space that really is, I think, emblematic of a great city and a great community. I think we'll do a lot to not only vaccinate people, but provide common sense information around the vaccine.
It's convenient, it's timely, and it worked out.
I do this more for my friend's father, who is 70 years old, and he's scared of vaccines. So I'm gonna show him that he has nothing to worry about.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.